like a switch flipped and you kind of figured it out?
No, I wouldn't say like switch. I would say like just like I said through the years, when I was in Madrid, I was always playing with the older guys, so I could learn a lot from them. Then with 16, I started to practice with the first team, and you just watch and then try to do it on the court and just learn from that.
What made you, at 13 years old, travel, move to sign with Real Madrid, travel and move to a different country, 1,000 miles away?
Can we just talk about that, bro? 13? Imagine playing professional basketball at 13 years old, traveling countries and shit. How would you feel, Sage?
13, I was the bid on the court. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not even acting like I'm the tallest dude now, but back then, man, I was a twerk. Man, 13 playing against grown-ass men? Nah, my shit getting punched. That shit getting punched. Like, why am I on the court, bro? Why am I on the court?
I was playing Pokemon back then, man.
The Emerald Nuzlocke, boy. Shit. Don't get my nerd ass started. That's what I was doing, though. 13.
You know what, Luka? If it's that easy to score in today's league, prove it to me tonight. I need to make some picks tonight, and shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and take the over on Luka's points tonight, since again, it's so easy to score in today's league. Tonight is Kyrie's first home game. I feel like he's gonna go crazy. It's just me. Looking at the last 5 games, Russell Westbrook has actually been playing pretty well. So, I'm gonna give him his credit, and I'm gonna bet the over on him, man. Russ, don't let me down, please. So we're gonna take the over on Luka, we're gonna take the over on Kyrie, and we're gonna take the over on Westbrook. That power play is looking nice, but I can't do it. And let's go ahead and place our entry. And that's how easy it is to make picks on PrizePicks. And if you want to participate in the fun, PrizePicks will match up to $100 of your first deposit if you use the code SNS. Once again, that is code SNS. It's on the screen right now, or you can use the link in the description to sign up for PrizePicks today. Once again, shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video.
From where you grew up?
We use kilometers in Europe. It was a very tough decision, man. It was. I had to leave for all my family, all my friends, the school I was there, everything, So I wasn't gonna go. And then just one day I woke up and I say I want to go. But like for 6 months I was saying no.
Luka, bro,
and then one day I woke up and said I want to go, and it didn't turn out bad.
Can you do the math real quick? Do you know how many kilometers 1,000 miles is?
I just wasn't gonna go. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think 1 mile is like 2.3 kilometers.
Okay.
If I'm not.
So roughly 2,300 kilometers.
Yeah, but okay. I think so. I don't know.
All right.
Did you have periods when you were there where you were, because you were still so young, you didn't regret it at all? You just were like, fuck this?
First, let's say like first 3-4 months, it was really tough. I didn't know nobody. Actually, I almost didn't speak English either. Like, I just know how to say hello, how are you, and that stuff. Nobody spoke my language. I didn't speak Spanish.
That's tough, being one of the few words he knows is bad for you.
Yeah, well, like, he knows how to start a conversation and can't finish it. That's crazy. Like, what's good, Luka? Oh, yeah, hey, how are you? I'm good, bro. What you been up to? GG's. GG's. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, being a person whose first language was not English, I know how tough it is. So, the fact that he's doing this all at 13, traveling different countries and having that language barrier, the only universal language out there is ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's a mature ass kid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Like, if I've been too quiet, you guys, I'm literally just listening. I'm like, this motherfucker's doing some crazy shit, 13, 16, thinking about life that early. I'm over here getting my life together now. This shit's crazy, bro.
He was talking about the story like, I just woke up and decided I'd go. Like, I ain't gonna lie, at 13, Luka, that's probably what you actually thought. You weren't you weren't running through all the shenanigans.
He's talking like a 13-year-old. He's talking like a 13-year-old. Like, I was talking over the vid. I know people hate I do it, but I was like, this man really just said, first I was like, I'm not gonna go. And then one day I woke up, it's like,
that's something a 13-year-old would do.
That's a 13-year-old, bro. That's what a 13-year-old would say.
So it was really tough, and that's how I learned Spanish so quick. And in 3 months, I could speak Spanish like this, because I would just listen. But it was really tough, In 3 months, I was like just doing nothing, just be there, listen, be quiet, and just
play ball.
Just
ball is life.
Can you sort of compare the NBA to maybe not just the ACB, but the Euroleague in general? And the Euroleague is probably the second best league in the world.
Yeah.
ACB in terms of a national league is probably the second best. So just kind of compare the two, the NBA between Europe.
Well, I would say European basketball is more team basketball, more tactics basketball. But it's, it's very different because the court is smaller, the fouls are different, the rules are different, so everything's different, and you have less time. But just playing in the NBA, you have guys they're almost impossible to guard, and that's why NBA is way more tougher to play. I only say scoring is easier in NBA, just because of the amount of the different rules, the less space, the time. So that's why.
I'm very curious you said that. So why does he think that the NBA is tougher, but it's easier to score on? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking of, like, me, if I'm in a league where it's easier to score, I feel like that's the easier league. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stubborn about it.
Two sides to it. It's probably because there's more unguardable. He mentioned it. There's people that he can't guard. Like, he's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's probably harder to win games over and over because star impact is such a valuable thing. Like, I'm assuming, by the way, I'm not Luka Doncic or his cousin or anything like that. For example, like, he's talking about it being team basketball. We know the NBA is 100% a stars league. If a guy like LeBron James can just dolo through an entire Eastern Conference for a majority of his career, then surely enough, he's probably lost a lot of games based off of one guy just beating his team. So that probably doesn't happen in the Euroleague. And if there's people that watch the Euroleague and I'm spitting that bullshit, I probably am. I don't watch Euro basketball. This is just what I'm assuming. I just want to say, while I have the floor right now, this is why we watch the video before we jump to conclusion. We could have read the title and be like, fuck us bugging, bro. Hell nah. But like what he said, that actually makes sense. He doesn't think the EuroLeague is a better league, but it's definitely easier to score, and that's easy to argue. If it's not team-oriented basketball, have less physicality when it comes to rules, and you have more room to work, it probably is easier.
Now, I will say, there are some people who actually think the EuroLeague is harder. DKM. DKM. I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
Listen,
The
bro.
boy?
For the pod fans, I know you guys remember my man DKM hopping on the pod and saying Shane Larkin would be Trae Young in the NBA.
Hey, no cap.
Shane Larkin.
Fresh off the
That's
chippy
crazy.
chip. Fresh off the chippy chips. My man Shane gonna do Trae Young dirty. He ain't doing shit to Bartholomew, bro. I ain't gonna lie. DK. You tripping.
So you think it's harder to score 30 points in a EuroLeague game than it is in an NBA game?
Yeah, 100%.
But there's better players over here.
100%.
Oh, way better players. Yeah.
I'm glad he clarified that because
Yeah,
again, like what you said, just reading the title, it's easy to take that as him saying like the EuroLeague's harder. But that's clearly, and JJ Redick clearly asked him that direct question. That's not what he's saying. So just watch the video sometimes before you read into it.
The way you just glanced at the camera, so watch the video sometimes. Yeah, not every time. Sometimes you want to be the first comment. You want to just see the title, be like, "Oh, Sage this all sucks." Go ahead, sure, whatever. But sometimes, go ahead and give us our watch time, okay? So if you made it here, say watch time. Yeah, just comment watch time. You made it. You made it here. Comment watch time.
Because the guy can stay. If you have a guy like, let's say, Rudy Gobert, he can stay in the paint on defense 3 seconds, however he wants. Like just because of that rule, you can have 10 more points easily.
Damn,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yo, Rudy Gobert just camping in the paint the whole time, bro.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. A lot of people try to downplay being able to sit in the key and be like, well, you just step out, step back in. Bro, not exactly football in terms of being a game of inches, but that's a domino effect having to get your ass out that paint for that 1 second. So if a guy like Rudy Gobert could just camp in the paint, I don't even like Cud like that, he'd be a problem.
If there's one thing to take away from this video, I think it's the fact that rules do make statistics, like for real. So whenever you compare stats, especially across eras, rules make stats. Because we even see it today, as Luka said, in today's game, the fact that the EuroLeague has its own set of rules, like what he just mentioned, the fact that the court is smaller, the fact that there's less time, that's going to create for different statistics. So comparing a 15-point per game scorer there to a 15-point per game scorer in the NBA is different scales. It's the same way we look at college stats and, you don't expect a 30-point per game scorer in college to be a 30-point per game scorer in the NBA right away. So if it's easy for you to make that adjustment, just, keep that in mind for another league in a whole different country with a whole set of rules.
Before we fucking just dismiss everybody, before you get dismissed from class, your spring break's about to end, that's tough. I just want to bring up the fact that, yo, I'm scared old heads would see a clip like this and be like, see, it's easier to score nowadays. Man, I'm telling you, the boys back then, and we got the talent. I would say before those people would jump that gun, because I know some people would jump that gun, that you need to at least consider the fact that the talent, or at least the skill of players have evolved over time as well. There's an argument to be made that if Luka is playing with these rules 20 years ago, he might just come out here and stamp the Euroleagues better. He might just do it. And I know this is an extreme situation, but it's just how my brain works, bro. Maybe I be twonking sometimes. But I just don't want people to see this clip and then feel obligated to be like, oh yeah, well, you take Euroleague rules, you take NBA talent, you merge them, that's basically the NBA 20, 30 years ago. Oh, yeah, they're endless players better. Giannis can't even play back then type shit. I just don't want that to happen. Maybe that's an extreme again, but that's just what was on my mind.
It'll happen, though, to like 20 people. But
Yeah.
it's okay. If you like this video, go ahead and watch this video right here. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.